Mostly rainy, only 64 degrees. Our ceiling's pretty low. Winds are from the northwest at 8 miles an hour. Huge crowd of fans on hand here north of the border to enjoy these wild prototypes and GT machines. My colleague Bill Adam took us for a ride around Mosport here yesterday. Let's take a look. In one of the BMWs, the 43. I'm Rick Benjamin. Good to have you with us today here on NBC Sports. Rest of the starting lineup looks like this. There is row 5, the 6th row, one of the Corvettes, along with the GT BMW. Sed and Stuck will be there. The rest of the field, 26 cars strong. Bill Adam, we've got 4 cars that had to fall to the back of the grid today. The pace car is in. We're set to go in very wet conditions here at Mosport. Glad to have you with us on NBC Sports. The Audis lead them to green, and here we go. As we check our BMW running order, take a look at the battling down into the corner. The Corvettes, the 4 car. There's the 3 with Ron Fellows. Oh, they had to start at the back, Bill. They had clutch problems. Yeah, and you can see Ron Fellows using a lot of his experience here at Mosport. He also has run thousands of laps at this track. And something you and I talked of earlier, Mosport in the rain, you try to go offline. And now a lot of people familiar with motorsport understand that you don't follow the line you normally would under race conditions. You want to get away from the rubber, away from the oil. Mosport pays massive dividends when you do that, and turn 3 is one of those areas with excellent traction on the outside edge of the corner. Ron Fellows, using his local knowledge, took advantage of that, and he's closing quickly on the 675 car here. The GT Porsches, one of the Alex Jones machines, the 23. Lucas Luhr piloting that car. They're 16th overall. Meantime, let's jump on board with J.J. Leto in the BMW, one of the Schnitzer factory cars, leading the GT competition in car number 42. This is heading up the back straight right now. You hear him going through the gears, the whine of the straight cut gears. Very, very fast cars, and this is a good sign. The wiper is just occasionally wiping the windshield. No rain appearing right up there at all. So it looks like the local weather forecaster was correct. It's going to be a good afternoon after all. Up the edge, ready straightaway over one of the humps down toward turn 8. We watch some of the other GT machines battle. Let's show you your BMW GT class standings coming into this 5th round of the American Le Mans Series Championship. Sasha Masson and Lucas Luhr are teammates with Alex Job's Porsche group, just 1 point apart. Boris Sed and Hans Stuck share a car. That's one of the Tom Milner PTG BMWs, and then Jörg Mueller in one of the Schnitzer cars. So a very tight battle for GT honors. It is a battle. We had a very nice dinner last night with Masson and Luhr, and what a couple of charming drivers. Amazing. A couple of young drivers in the Porsche stable, much is expected of them, of course, as the years go by. As we check your Porsche running order, top left of your screen. In GT, it's Leto, Stuckey, Mueller, then Randy Pobst trying to get back into contention. He is back in 8th. And we understand that the leader has come to pit road, so Andy Wallace is now your overall leader. Jan Magnussen has come to pit road. But let's get more on the GT situation downstairs to Martin Haven. All right, let's show you how things stack up now with all the pit stops and the cars going off course in the still somewhat wet conditions. Andy Wallace in the champion Audi is now your leader. That's the 38, but he's got a problem. Definite problem. Andy Wallace is really slowed down. 2 of the GT BMWs will whip by. That's Stuckey in the 6. One of the Schnitzer cars going by as well. I believe that would be J.J. Leto in the 42. Here comes the 43 car with Mueller. This is kind of strange. He almost looked like he started getting back up to speed for a moment. He was definitely off pace there, though. All of the tires look okay. Can't see anything coming out the back. Yellow flag out, so boy, he's getting a lucky break. He's going to be able to make a pit stop here with a yellow flag. That might be a pace car. We will find out what the situation is with the champion Audi. Safety car will be out, full course caution, because you've got one of the Peterson Porsches, or the Peterson Porsche, in the tire barrier that we saw a few moments ago. The 30 car, Timo Bernhard was driving that machine. That was Bernhard you saw up on the tire barrier with a big B on his helmet there a few moments ago as we were discussing Butch Leitzinger's trip into the grass and into the tire barrier. Yellow's out for the 2nd time here this afternoon as we watch the 42, J.J. Leto leading in GT in that BMW. And praying for a yellow flag at this point, too. A yellow would have such a dramatic effect. It would close the field up, but the Panos desperately need that stop for fuel. Now the GT battle, when we were with you at Sears Point a couple of weeks ago, you've got 4 essentially factory-backed BMWs, the white and blue cars, the Schnitzer machines, the 42 and the 43. Then you've got the 2 Tom Milner PTG entries, the 6 and the 10. Well, the 10 car, not much of a factor here. Bill Oberlin got wrecked yesterday in practice. He suffered a concussion. He's sitting out 7 days as per American Le Mans Series rules. This is your GT leader, Jörg Mueller, in the 42. And it's very interesting. It's a real battle of ego between these 2 teams. Even though the cars look very, very similar, and they are, they basically
designed and all of the pieces are built by BMW in Europe. When Milner's team, when the PTG guys get these, they naturally modify them little tiny bits. And one place where you'll see it is on the very front end of the car, what they call the splitter. Down low on the nose piece. This car here has nothing extending out. Milner's car has a little carbon fiber tray coming out to try and give them a little more downforce. They all do their own little changes. So the ego between the teams is that they might say, well, yeah, our cars are kind of the same, but we want to beat you guys.
Mueller is 8th overall. 3rd in, making 2nd now in GT. Boris Said has taken over from Hans Stuck in Milner's 6th car. This is one of the PTG machines, and there's a tire difference as well. This team uses Yokohama.
That's right. This will give you a pretty graphic example of the difference in the front end of this car. You'll see the tray. It's difficult to look, but look how it extends forward. Just like a little pie wedge, something that comes forward to scoop the air up over the leading edge, just that little lip. Now, Milner's team felt aerodynamically this was what they wanted to do to achieve more downforce. The Euro team felt they didn't want it.
As we watch Said, one of the great GT racers in this country. He raced in the Trans Am Series event yesterday at Road America in Wisconsin. Talked to Boris this morning. He said, hey, I brought the bad weather with me. That race was red flagged 4 laps short of the end due to rain. And it was raining here, of course, when he got here this morning. As we take a ride with the number 42, Mark Mueller, taking over from J.J. Leto. They are 8th overall, the leaders in GT. They're ahead of Said, they're ahead of Dirk Mueller, they're ahead of Sasha Maassen. We'll be back.
I think that's all he wants to do is just to keep circulating around the track. That's a bit of a heartbreak after such a great pass.
One of the GTS Vipers there in front of one of the GT BMWs. Your leader, the 42 car, Jörg Mueller at that wheel of that machine. And he goes by that Viper. Now that shows you how strong those V8 M3 BMWs are.
These are wonderful cars. Boy, they are just beautiful little pieces of work. They have taken advantage of a loophole. I think maybe the first one's a minute too, but certainly if there's something in the rules or if there isn't something in the rules, you try and take advantage to the nth degree of it, and they have done that. These are beautiful race cars, and I think everybody is envious of the way they've been set up, the way they go in a straight line, the way they handle, and maybe typical of what the Audis do as well is that they are so good over bumps, both turning into corners and applying power. They are particularly strong doing that, so that seems to be a German trademark. In fact, you know what? I noticed it last week. I was telling you I had the luxury of driving an A6 Audi, trying one of those for a while. It was just such a wonderful car to drive. You get out of that car and you get into an American car, and there is a difference between the German philosophy on shock absorbers and springs to American cars. They're wonderful.
We're watching the Schnitzer M3 car circulate at the head of the class in GT.
What a nice drive for him. Johnny was with Panos, as you had mentioned earlier, and was let go, didn't really know what he was going to do, picked up by Chevrolet, and what a team up this has been.
It's been a dream team, certainly, in that 3 car. J.J. Leto and Jörg Mueller win GT in the Schnitzer BMW M3. 42 car will finish 10th overall.
So Team Europe BMW beats Team America BMW in this particular weekend.
Now we need to get the Yanks busy before next week at Mid-Ohio.
Mr. Milner will be ready.
So Pirro and Bela are your winners. Brabham and Magnussen come home in 2nd. Tinso and Collard are 3rd. Taylor and Max Angelilli finish 4th. And then the Leitzinger-Weaver group and the Dyson machine 5th. As we show you your top 10 here at Mosport International Raceway. We'll show you the next group of cars, 11th through 20th. Dirk Mueller and Frederick Ekblom finish 11th. Boris Said and Hans Stuck come 12th overall. In GT, Sasha Maassen and Lucas Luhr 13th overall. And the final 6 cars in the field, several of those cars wrecked early on here today at Mosport. Now here are your BMW GT category results. Leto and Mueller the winners. Dirk Mueller, Frederick Ekblom finished 2nd for the Schnitzer team. Then one of the Milner cars, the other BMW team, that's Boris Said and Hans Stuck. They come home in 3rd. First Porsche, the 23 car, one of the Alex Job machines for Maassen and Luhr. Burgess and Willinder finish in 5th spot. Let's find out more about the GT results today to Calvin Fish.
Jörg Mueller and J.J. Leto came so close to the overall win last year. Jörg, you finally got a little bit of payback here at Mosport today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy. You know, we had at least we had a good car in the race. We were struggling a whole weekend somehow with our setup. You know, it's like 2 races ago. Somehow we get it sorted, and you know we saved the tires, so the car stayed quite consistent. I'm happy. You know, JJ did a fantastic job at the start and at the end. So good car, good baby.
JJ, the flying Finn, you love the rain. Great opening stint there.
Yeah,
was okay, you know. I mean, we did some work for the rain setup in the morning, and you know, the car was better. It wasn't completely set it up for the dry weather, so it was a bit of a compromise. But you know, I got a good start. You know, I just kept out of trouble, and you know, just run through the field. You know, so it was a good run. You know, I was happy to see myself, you know, in the second place and just catching up the first one. So that was a good time to change the driver.
Big win, big points in the championship. Let's get to the GTS winner in Martin.
Yeah, down here, Johnny O'Connell talking to the press. Ron.